I met a great man. I met a great woman. I met a great life. I met a life of joy and peace. It all came to a head on the night of my first date. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It was not long before I realized I had not been expecting this kind of amazing, perfect, beautiful, true love. My heart was forever yours. I was in love with you before. I felt there was nobody on this planet more perfect for me than I am. I love you. I love you with all I am. I know I am. Okay. Okay. I mean, as fascinating as it looks, it's creepy and amazing at the same time. Okay, let's see how we can do this. So this is based on OpenAI's GPT-2 code. So OpenAI had open sourced the GPT-2 library long time ago. It's about 2 years, I believe, 2 to 3, yeah, 2 years about. And they had open sourced this code for everyone to use. Nowadays, you might come across GPT-3, which is a more advanced version which was recently released, but that is not readily available and open source for everyone to use. However, the GPT-2 is available and we can already test it, and it's been around for quite some time now. So there is quite a bit of work being done. So let me explain the genealogy of this code. Like genealogy, like humans have their genealogy, you can say who your father is, who your grandfather is, what's the family you belong to. So let's go over the genealogy of what we're doing over here. So the main source is OpenAI's GPT-2 code right here, which is available on the GitHub, but it's not very easy for people like us to understand. So not something which you can readily use, but they do have all the good libraries. The documentation is not fully developed, but not fully readily easily available. But at the same time, they do have things that is usable. Now, people like this gentleman right here, the N Shepherd GPT-2, they made a very nice wrapper on top of it. They created the training.py files, which allows you to use this code to train on your own custom data set. So this is this is being used very, very widely. And this repository, you can see it's forked about 3,000 times. So they did a very good job by converting this into a Python training variable. So the next step was by this gentleman. His name is Max Wolf, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Max Wolf. So he made a very nice GPT-2 simple wrapper. What it does is he created a PyPy version. So you can use pip install to install GPT-2. So right off the bat, you can just simply go ahead and install GPT-2 Simple, and we'll show how we are using it. And you can directly use the GPT-2 Simple codes in your application. So it made the job very simple and very easy. So you can see that he has given an example of the Shakespeare text, and see how the OpenAI is able to read and then train the file accordingly. So you can just use pip install GPT-2 Simple, and it can do the job for us. So in the repository also, he has given a code of how to use it, and this is what I have used in the code which I'm going to show you now, and see how we can generate our own text. So this is using basically the Shakespeare text, and you can always go to the code and then run it by yourself and see how this thing works. I'll leave the link to this repository in the description for you to help understand. So let's go back to our main code, and we'll see how we can do this. So the first step is, if this channel is helping, do look around the channel and see what kind of videos come out. We basically come up with ideas of AI, machine learning, computer vision, IoT, robotics, something that is going to help us in improving our skills and of course learn and grow together. So if it is something that is interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and join our journey along with this. So this is the part where we do everything, and we are just installing all the libraries. The first step is to install the GPT-2 Simple library from the Max Wolf right here, the one which we used here. We are just using this particular code, the gentleman's pip install code for us, and it's going to install this thing. But before we do everything, go into runtime and change runtime type and make sure GPU is selected and then press save. So since mine is already done, I'm just going to cancel it. But make sure you're running GPU because we do need the GPU version in order to make it faster. Otherwise, it's going to take hours to test your file. So pip install GPT-2 Simple will install the GPT-2 library for us. And for this purpose, the GPT-2 Simple, especially the Max Wolf and Shepard code, were running on TensorFlow 1 point, not on the 2 point version. So you need to install the 1.14 version. For that purpose, you're going to do pip install TensorFlow equal to 1.14. And I tried it with the 2, it's not working out. And the GPU, when you do pip install TensorFlow, it will remove the older version of 2.0 because Colab comes with the 2.0 version, and with the GPU you can install 1.41 version of GPU. So this has to be done after you do TensorFlow. So that way it removes the TensorFlow 2 for you and then installs the GPU version of TensorFlow. So with that we are done. We come back to the next stage, and this is where we test our model. So now you need to create a text file, something that you're going to be training your code on. So for that purpose, open this particular sample, this file page, and here you can upload your text file. In my case, I downloaded I copied all the love letters that were available on the internet and created this text file and then uploaded it on Google Colab by using the upload section right here. You can see this is my local computer and it's able to I uploaded the sample love letter.txt file right from here. And if you're interested, I'll upload it on my drive and give the link for you to use if in case you want to test it out using the same text. However, whatever text you have, you just go ahead and upload it. I'll show you what this text looks like. So if I close this, and this is the text it basically looks like. So these are all the different types of love letters that I had found on the internet, and I just copy pasted here. So we are using it. You can see it has about 92 lines and it has tons of text available here. So it's just being used and it's being given to the GPT-2 variable. So what are we doing right here? Now there are once you're installing and when you're importing GPT-2 library, then the first step is to find the model name. Now GPT-2 Simple comes with different types of model names, and this basically means that it has been trained on 124 million parameters. Like that, there were different types of other parameters, different types of other libraries. You can see 117, you can see 345. Like that, there are different and many other model names which you can use. I think it also goes up to 1000. We can see in one of these codes right here, maybe under this gentleman's code right here. Yep, you can see 124, you can see 355. So there are different libraries, which means that they have more. The better the number, the better the accuracy and the value, the quality of the matter would be. Now we are using 124 for the purpose of this tutorial. So to make it things easier, because the lesser it is, it will take lesser time for us to load. But if you use a higher model or higher name, then it will give you a better quality of result, but at the same time it will take more time. Now we're using Colab, so we don't need to worry about the GPUs. But again, there is a limitation on the amount of energy you can use on a Colab. So eventually it will slow down and it will take hours and hours for you to train. So and we're downloading all the model names. Once you run the code, it will download this and it will download it onto your folder right here under the files, and you can see the model name 124 downloaded under the model section right here. The next step is to upload the file name or provide the file name of the text file. So here in this case, it's going to be sample love letter. Then that's the same file name that we uploaded right here. So we're just telling that all the text that is going to be trained is going to be used for training. It's going to be used from here. So this is right here that we are going to be using, and it's just using that text that we're going to be providing in the next session. So this section here, it's just stating that GPT-2 is going to start the training session, and it's going to start with using these parameters right here. So we are saying the session is going to start, and it's going to use the file name, which is sample love letter. It's going to use the model name 124 parameters, and it's caused them, and I'm specifying steps of 10. So it's nothing but the number of training steps that it's provided. In the original code, they were using the Shakespeare text, and they had trained for 1000. It's right here. Yeah, they had trained for 1000 times, and it gave really good results with Shakespeare text. But in my case, I felt even with the 10 steps, it was doing the job very well. But if you're using a more serious file or more serious training, then you would want to increase the number of steps that you provided here. So that's the number of steps. And by creating GPT-2 generate, so this is nothing but just going to generate that text for us, which we saw down below. So the particular text right here, it's going to be all generated using the generate session text right here. This generate code, this function, it's going to generate that text for us based on what it trained or what it learned below. So in regards to the fine tuning, I ran through it very fast and I did not go into the different steps. The good thing about what these gentlemen did was they provided more information about the fine tune. And you can now in this case we just use the model name, we use the file name, and we use the steps, but it also allows you to change a lot of other parameters that would be necessary. And if you look into the code for this one, I'll leave a link in the description for the blog which Maxwell had created, and that gives out more information about what you can do with this code of GPT-2 Simple. So that's how you generate an AI and make an AI write texts for you. So if it is something that is interesting to you, do go ahead and leave a like or leave a comment, or if you don't like it, leave a dislike as well. I'll come to know how it's working out for you. And if it's something that this channel is helping you, do go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and we'll follow you along with our journey. So with that, we come to the conclusion. You guys stay safe, take care, thank you, bye-bye.